Hello guys, welcome. My name is Steph. Today we're going to work through a Pilates flow, full body, optional to pop on some ankle weights. I've got some lighter ones on. You can go heavy if you want to. We'll kind of change them between the ankles and the hands. Totally optional though, you can do this one without any equipment if you don't have ankle weights on you today. All right, let's get started. I'm going to get started in a 4-point kneel. So bringing yourself over, shoulders over wrists, spread the fingertips nice and wide, knees on the floor underneath the hips, and we'll just start to warm up through the spine a little bit, finding our cat-cow. So taking a nice deep breath in, open through the chest. And exhale, rounding through the spine, pressing the floor away, really let the head drop down. Let's keep moving like this. You might close down through the eyes, inhales to open. And exhales to round. Let's take about 4 more breaths. Feel free to make this more of a little wriggle. If you've had a long day, you might wriggle through the hips a little bit more and kind of just work into the spine, wake up any areas, open any areas that need to be opened. Keep letting that breath flow nice and deeply. Maybe it matches to the movement, maybe it doesn't. We'll just take about another 3 here before we really get into it. So if you need to stretch the wrists or the head, feel free to just wriggle out here. Last 2 deep breaths. Last one. Alright, and then from there, let's wriggle ourselves into a neutral spine, somewhere in between those 2 shapes. Alrighty, shoulders over wrists. We'll extend the right leg long. Toes can touch the floor, but point through the toes here. Nice. So before we start to move through the leg, we're going to warm up slowly here. I want you to hug the belly button up. So pull the belly button up towards your spine. Keep the shoulders over your wrists, fingertips spreading wide. Nice. And then instead of thinking about lifting the leg, I want you to just start to focus on the right glute and then start to squeeze the right glute, and you'll notice the leg will gently float. Nice. Doesn't have to come too high. We're just really warming up here and then slowly lower it down. So really slow here. Lifting up, squeezing the glute, a little bit of the back of the hamstring. Good. And then resist the lower down. So you should feel strong on the lower down as well. Nice. If you've got ankle weights on, obviously this is going to feel a little bit stronger. Nice. So really try not to open the hip here or kick the leg up super high and arch the lower back. Just going for slow control. Keeping that steady focus. Neck is like a nice and long here, gentle lift through the back of the head. Nice, and these are probably going to be a little bit slower than the breath, so all good if you don't match them to breath at this point. Nice, as long as you keep that steady breath. Ooh, a little shaky at the top. On the next one, let's lift and hold at the top. Nice, and really slowly here, I want you to pulse, but just think about it as a tiny lift and lower, or more of a squeeze and slight release of that right glute. You should feel the spikes pretty quickly there. That's my 3rd workout for the day. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, keep it lifted. Nice, I want you to turn your left toes to the outside of the mat. Left hand stays down. Bring the right arm up to the sky and then squeeze through your right glute so you're still lifting through that right leg. Nice, stay here for a breath. Catch the stability through the left hand. I'm just swapping over so you can see me. Perfect, squeeze through that right glute. Take a nice deep breath in. And then we'll thread the needle with the right hand. Exhale, find a twist through the spine. If this is too much, inhale to open up. Just moving through these threads with the breath. Exhale. If this is too much, you can pop the right toes down to the mat. Nice. So any variation here, listen to your body wherever you are, of course. If you would like a little bit more, add a pulse on your next one. We thread, and open up. And you can do this with the foot down or lifted. Maybe bringing in that Pilates breath. Exhale through pursed lips. All right, good. On our next one, let's hold in those pulses if you're willing. Twist it through, little pulses through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open up to the sky. Good, plant those right toes down and then lift the torso up. Nice, bring the hands to center. Whew. Press down through the outer edge of your right foot. Hips are stacked over that left knee. All right, good. So hands can be center. Always just come to heart center. They can be kind of resting towards the shoulder. All right, taking a breath in through center. And then exhale, hinge over to your left. So side bending towards the bent knee. Yeah, and lifting back up. Nice, so moving through this, side bending, waking up through our right obliques. Try and keep the chest open here. The top shoulder has a tendency to drop down. We want to almost try and lean it back behind us. Nice. So you can stay here. Or we'll start to add on a reach on your next one. Come over, reach the arms long. Ooh, bend it back in, lift it up. Nice and slow. So it's just our warm up still, so take it easy. Down, reach, bend, and lift. Let's do a couple more like this. Down, ooh, my leg's cramping. Reach, back, and up. On the next one, we're gonna stay down, just work that reach. Ooh, can we feel that right glute? Extend and bend. Work those right obliques, extend and bend. Two more, extend and bend. Last one, extend and take the hands all the way down to the floor. Oh, come back to a tabletop. Just find a few cat-cows. Work through that spine again. Opening and closing. Find those little wriggles. I'm gonna swap directions. All right, so let's get through that warm up on the other side. Little full bodyer today. Okay, take the left leg long. Point the toes. All right, and then before we even start moving, let's hug that belly button up to the spine. So a moment to catch your breath as you find your position. Squeeze the breath on, press down through the fingertips, so puffing up the back as well. Nice, and then instead of thinking about lifting the leg, locate the left glute in your mind, and then start to squeeze the left glute, floating the leg. Doesn't have to come high, mine's about hip height. Nice, and then lower it back down. So super slow. Lots of awareness and focus, lifting and lowering. These ankle weights are 0.5 of a kilo, and I can feel them. Nice, so really proper engagement here. So again, we don't want to open the hip or swing the leg up and arch the back. Keep the belly nice and strong, super slow. Let's do a couple more. Whew, nose is running. Good. Okay. Oh, control. Good. On your next one, let's hold it at the top. Just find a gentle, gentle, slow pulse. Just a couple of inches up and down, or centimeters. Up and down, up and down. Think about that squeeze and release through that left glute. Good. Ooh, I can already feel those shakes. Okay, good. Core stay strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted. So shaky. Turn the right toes to the outside of the mat. Right hand stays down. Left arm comes up to the sky. Woo, readjust if you need to. Perfect. All right, take a nice deep breath in and then thread the needle coming back, twisting through the spine here. Nice, and opening up. So moving with breath, inhale to lift, exhale to thread. Take your variation. If you had the foot down on the other side, place the foot down on this side. Keep it lifted. Strength through that right shoulder. So we really want to be externally rotating through that right shoulder to support the right wrist. Good, if you'd like to add those pulses, if you did on the other side, you're gonna have to on this side. Let's thread, thread, and open. Nice, whole body's working. Thread, thread, and open. Keep squeezing through that left glute, even if it's shaking. Couple more. Open up. Nice. Good. On our next one, we're going to stay and pulse it out, twisting through. Really try and reach that left hand a little bit further. Letting that chest twist, that spine twist. Keep squeezing through the left glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open back out. Plant the left foot down. Lift the torso up. All right. So planting the outer edge of that left foot down. Wriggle it so it's in line, about arch to knee alignment. Hands in front of the chest, wherever they feel comfy. Okay, take a breath. And then exhale, side bend over to the right. Nice, and then back up. Always takes a couple to kind of feel into those left obliques. Down and up. So what we're really doing is lengthening through the left side and then using the obliques to pull us back up. Okay, so really focusing on the muscles we're working down and up. Last move of our warm up. I'm sure you're probably feeling nice and warm. Okay, let's start to add on that arm reach on our next one. So we come over, hold, reach the arms, rebend, lift back up. Watch that top shoulder doesn't start to sink, especially as we start to feel the heat, the fire. Reach, bend, and back up. Let's do a couple more like that. Down. Oh, I can really feel it every time I reach. Last one. Reach. And up on our next one, we're gonna stay down. Just work that reach. Embrace the shakes. All right, good. Let's do 3 more. Reach. Whew. Last 2. Last 1. Reach the arms, and then place the hands down to the floor, back to a tabletop position. Oh, let's take a little reel out through those hips. It can be a cat-cow, it can just be a little shimmy. Okay, let's get into a little bit stronger work. First, we're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips, find a downward facing dog, lifting the hips up. That should feel kind of nice on the lower back, actually. And just take a pedal out through the legs. Find a little bit of length, stretch through the calves. Okay, 2 more breaths. A little bit flowy today. All right, find some stillness. Pressing into the hands, let's take the right leg to the sky. And again, keep that hip nice and square, just like our leg lifts we did before, pointing through the toes. Nice, lift it a little bit higher, squeeze the glute. 1 more breath. Good, draw the knee towards your nose, round the spine, use a bit of core work, and then step the foot in between your hands. If it didn't quite land, all good, wriggle it forwards. All right, walk the hands over to the left-hand side. Bring your heels in, toes out. You might need to wriggle the feet a little closer together depending on your hips. And then come up, finding your sumo. Straight into it. All right, before we move, check out that your knees are tracking over your toes. The knees aren't falling inwards, we're pressing them out. So adjust your feet as you need to. Okay, stay for a breath. All right, we're gonna come into some squat drives here. So sitting nice and low, and then press through the heels, squeeze the glutes to the top, maybe extend the arms all the way up. Nice, down and up. Down and up. Squeeze those glutes at the top, so really pressing through those heels to come up. If you have more energy than I do this afternoon, or your morning, or whatever it is, go for it. If you want to speed these up, speed these up. Otherwise, you can stay nice and slow and controlled with me. Down and up. Nice. All right, we're here for about another 10 seconds. Down and up. Find that depth in that squat every single time. Okay, 5, 4, squeeze 3, we're gonna stay down. 2, on your next one, stay down, hold. All right, good. Bring your elbows up like you're kind of hugging a tree or a little ballerina stance. Maybe fingertips are gently touching each other. Sink a little lower into your squat. Keep the torso upright, tailbone drawing down. I can already feel my legs. Oh my God. Take the right arm out to the side, open through the chest slightly. Nice, and then draw it back through center. Take the left arm out, open through the chest. Gentle, gentle twist without twisting too far. And then back to center. Keep the knees tracking out wide. Good. All right. All right, on the next time the right arm comes out, we're gonna lift the right heel. Good, and come back through center. Adding that heel raise, lift the left heel, open, and back through center. Open, and back through center. Woo, just like a graceful ballerina, lifting and lowering. Nice. All right. Next time we come over to the right-hand side, stay, find that twist, that gentle twist. Right heel is up, pulse the hips up and down, up and down, up and down. Oh my gosh. For 5, 4, knees tracking out. 3, 2, 1, come through center. We have another side. Lift the left heel, open to the left, pulse the hips, up and down, up and down. Breathe for 5, 4, I'm dying 2, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the heel, come back through center, stand it up. All right, downward facing dog. You're gonna come to the front of the mat or whichever variation. You're gonna come to the back of the mat, so I'll face you for the next side. Stepping yourself back, finding a downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs, reel it out a little bit. Good, okay. All right, in between our sides, yes, we're gonna do a variation on the other side. Roll yourself forwards into a plank pose. Nice. Find your high plank, so shoulders over wrists. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. Press the floor away, kneecaps nice and strong. All right, option to step the feet a little bit wider here, or option to drop the knees down. Let's do shoulder taps. Right hand to left shoulder, place it back down. Left hand to right shoulder, place it back down. Nice. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder, place it back down. Try and keep your hips and your core super still here. Good, we're here for 5. Back to down dog in 3. Nice and quick, 2. And 1, both hands down, lift the hips up. Downward facing dog. You can step the feet closer together. All right. Nice little flowy full body starter. Okay, let's do the other side. Left leg comes up to the sky. Okay, point the toes, square off through the hips. Squeeze the left glute, find that activation, press into the hands. All right, and then draw the left knee towards your chest. Step it in between your hands. Okay, walk yourself over to the right. And again, heels in, toes out. Whew, are we ready? All right, come up to your sumo. Okay, adjust your footing if you need to. I'm gonna burn your legs today and my legs. It's all good. All right, sumo, find your footing, concentrate. All right, knees out nice and wide. Press into the outer soles of the feet. This time we're gonna bring the hands towards the shoulders. All right, down, up, drive up with the hands. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Nice, down and up. Squeeze, down and up. Squeeze. Again, you can slow this down. If you have more energy than me, go faster than me. Okay, down and up. As I said, this was my 3rd workout today, which is not normal for me. Down and up. Keep going, keep finding that depth in your sumo. Down and up, down and up. Let's go for 10 seconds before we stay low. All right, woo. Keep the balance, keep the focus. Squeezing glutes at the top so you don't fall over. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get low. Yes, hands to center. All right, similar move. This time we're gonna work into the obliques again, but side bend. Just hanging out in our seat for now. Okay, actually let's bring fingertips to temples. It's gonna make it harder, so if you want a little less. All right, let's get started. Okay, right elbow to right knee, side bend over, and lift back up. Left elbow, left knee, lift back up. So again, this is gonna be easier if the hands are in front of you. Check out what you need. My legs are screaming. Okay, next time we come over to the right, lift the heel as you side bend. Down, lift the heel, and back. Lift the heel, back. A couple more each side. All right, next time we come over to the right, stay, lift the right heel, nice, pulse the hips, up and down. Feels a little funky. Oh, good. Keep that tension in the left oblique. Keep the chest proud. Top shoulder rolling back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift back up through center. Lower the right heel. Lift the left heel. Side bend to the left. Pulse it up and down. Oh my God, my quads are screaming. I hope yours are too. Okay. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift back up. Stand up. Oh, shimmy out the legs if you need to. We've got another plank. Come back to downward facing dog. Any way you want to face. Okay. Take that little pedal out first. Alrighty. Okay, one more plank and then we're going to come onto our backs, which is probably going to feel nice after this. So let's get that plank done. Roll forwards, shoulders over, wrists. Okay, find that setup again. Press the floor away, tuck the tailbone. Yeah, every single time. Okay, this time we're going to work through the legs. So Lift the right leg, squeeze, and place it back down. Lift the left leg, squeeze, place it back down. Try not to pike up the hips here or draw the shoulders back. Keep it still, up and down. You can also do this on your knees, of course. Up and down. 5, 4, 3, oh my gosh, 2, and 1. Drop the knees. Just take a roll out through your wrists. Nice, a little shake out. Have a little sip of water if you need to. We're gonna come onto our backs. Okay, flip yourself over. Oh, feels good to lay down. All right, alrighty guys. Bring your left foot flat to the floor, right leg into tabletop. Okay, so especially if you've got ankle weights on, this might get nice and spicy. We're gonna change between core and legs a few times and then get into some arms and then get into some full body. We've still got a bit to go. All right, right leg into tabletop, fingertips towards your temples, elbows out nice and wide. Point through those right toes. We want a nice strong leg here. And then bring your knee over your hip. Mine's creeping into my chest. All right, take a breath in. Exhale, crunch through center. Squeeze the core, lift from the center of the chest. All right, and then lower down. So starting super simple. Right leg's just gonna stay still for now. Crunching up and lower. So really focus on your form here. We're working the core, focus on the core. Wrap the belly as you lift. And lower, keeping your elbows wide, keep your eye gaze up, so we're nice and long through the neck. Lift and lower. Okay, so you can stay here. This is great. We're gonna add on, we crunch up. Nice, and then as you lower, right leg extends on about a 45-degree angle, and then draw it back in as you crunch up just towards tabletop. Good, and then extend as you lower. Nice crunch. Inhale, lower, bringing in that Pilates breath if it helps. Through pursed lips. Nice, let's do 2 more here, then we're gonna change it up into tabletop crunch. Lower and extend. 1 more like that, crunch. And inhale, lower. This time as we crunch, we're going to twist to the right, connect the left elbow to right knee. Try and get the right shoulder blade off the floor. Good, and then extend as you lower. So just changing it up to your obliques. Twist, connect if you can. And release. Nice, exhale. Inhale. Nice, if you want a little bit more here, that left arm can reach across the body. And replace as you lower. Nice, exhale. Inhale. Nice, if you want more here, we're gonna keep the right leg straight this time as it comes up to the sky. We crunch and release. Nice. Good little slow burner here. Lift, try and get that right shoulder blade off the floor every time so we're not just kind of rolling over to the right side, we're really crunching up. All right, let's add another layer. Let's add a pulse. We lift, lift, and lower. Good, lift, lift, and lower. Whew. Lift, couple more like this. Lift and lower. And 1 more like this, lift, lift, and lower. You know, on the next one, we're gonna stay there. Lift it up, 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 up. Try and get the right shoulder blade off the floor. Lift up a little bit higher. 5, 4, oh my gosh, 3, 2, 1. Keep the right leg to the sky as you come down. Right leg stays there. Just take a rest through the core for a second. Bring the hands down to the floor, next to the hips. All right, repoint through the right toes. Wriggle it out, get it nice and strong again. Okay, press down through your left heel. Okay, lifting up, single leg bridge. Make sure that heel is nice and close to you. I think I need to wriggle mine closer. Lifting up, single leg bridge and down. Okay, so staying with that right leg lifted if you can. If you want a little less, tabletop is there for you with the knee. If you want less again, you can cross the right ankle over the left knee. But for now, just lifting and lowering through the left side, pressing through the left heel. Try and get the hips up nice and even. You can be resting the hips down in between each one. If you want to make this spicier, you're going to lightly tap them and then lift it back up. Lightly little kiss and then lift it back up. If you want a little bit more, oh my God, do I today? We're gonna add a pulse. Lift, lift, and lower. Lift, lift, and lower. Take as many breaks as you need. Lift, lift, And lower on our next one. We're going to stay lifted pulses. Oh my gosh, lift it up. Up, so shaky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, come down. Hug the knees into your chest. Give it any little movement you need. Okay. Whew. Let's set up for the other side. All right, right foot down. Left leg in tabletop, fingertips to temples. So starting with the core. Alrighty, set that left leg up, point those toes. Take a breath in. Exhale, crunch up. Hug the belly. Nice, starting simple. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Nice, so really concentrate here. We're super slow, elbows are wide. Imagine I have a string on the center of your chest and you're like a little puppet. I'm pulling it up and down. And as you lift up, the belly pulls in rather than protruding out. Good, let's do a couple more here. Just focusing on our form, taking that time. Good, one more like this, crunching up. This time we'll extend the left leg as you lower. Exhale, lifting up into tabletop. Nice, about on a 45, check in with what feels good. As you extend the leg, really try not to let the lower spine arch off the mat here. So the lower you go, the more present that might be. So just listen to your body. We want to keep that activation as the left leg extends. Okay, we're going to do a couple more like this. Pilates breath is good here. Okay, on our next one, let's turn it into our twist. So leg moves the same. We twist towards the left, connect the elbow if it reaches, and then extend the leg lower down. Exhale, crunch again, try and get the left shoulder blade off the mat as much as possible. Even if it doesn't lift, that's kind of the direction you want to go for. Okay. Whew. Second side might be harder. Okay, twist. Let's do a few more like this. Okay, if you want to, start adding that cross the body arm reach. Inhale, release. Exhale. You might also be feeling this a little bit in the quad if you've got ankle weights on. Leg is nice and strong and engaged the whole time. On your next one, just to add on the pulse. Keep connected to that breath. Nice, nice, slow, controlled movements. Okay, a couple more. You know we're gonna finish in the pulse. Last one, just like this. Okay, mentally prep yourself on your next one, lifting up, pulses, lift it up. Up, up, up. We didn't do the leg sweep. Kick the left leg up to the sky. All right, good. Stay here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the leg up to the sky. Lower the head, neck, and shoulders down. Bring your hands down by your side. Place the right foot nice and close towards your glutes. Left leg stays up to the sky, or you can bend it, or you can take it to figure 4. Alrighty, so let's press through the right heel, lift the hips up, and then lower them down. Adjust your footing if you need to, lifting and lowering. Woo. Lift and lower, keeping your core nice and active here as well. Up and down, trying to lift the hips level as possible. So if you want a little bit more here, you're going to lightly tap the glutes and then lift them up. Lightly tap them and lift them up. All right, good. Keep going. Just taking a mini adjust. Awesome. All right, adjust if you need to. Good. And up. Let's add the pulse. Lift, lift, and down. Lift, lift, and down. My hip was having a little cramp. And down. On our next one, let's stay up pulses. Lift up, up, up. Good, you've got it. 5, 4, oh my gosh, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, release, hug the knees into your chest. Take a moment, maybe a few circles through the knees. Yeah, over halfway through. All right, good. Well done, guys. All right, from here, we're gonna come up onto the forearms. Up onto the forearms, a little bit more core work, and then we're gonna get into the arms. Okay. All right, so from our forearms, we're gonna be squeezing the shoulder blades together. Nice, and it's pretty tempting here, especially as we've done a lot of core work already, to let the hips sag down and tuck the tailbone underneath and round through the spine. Maybe even find that, let the hips sink down, and then press the hips all the way forward so you're arching through the spine. Nice, and then come somewhere in between those two shapes. So your pelvis is nice and neutral. Wrap your core on. We're gonna keep the pelvis here. We're gonna keep the back in this neutral spine position, okay? And just float the legs into tabletop. All right, just working toe taps. Just one move here. We're gonna tap the toes. Do not hinge the pelvis forward, and then lift the hips. Tap the toes and lift the hips. So super slow. Keep the core engaged. Find that little sweet spot where you can keep that strong core. Keeping the chest nice and open, tapping the toes and lifting. Even if the toes don't tap all the way down, I'd rather you keep the legs at a 90-90 than bend the knees, okay? Good, keep the core strong. If you would like more today, about 15 seconds left here, maybe tapping both toes. Try not to let the pelvis move and lifting them back up. Ooh, with ankle weights, that is hard. Okay, I'm gonna go for singles, but let's go for another 10. Maybe your own doubles. Okay, 5, neck nice and long. 3, 2, and 1. Let the feet rest down. Oh, you can let the hips sink back and forward a few times. Just wriggle it out. Alrighty, that's enough for the core, I think. Let's come into the arms. Lift up onto your hands. Feet are gonna stay onto the floor. Fingertips facing towards your hips. Okay, we're gonna get into some triceps. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open through the chest, squeeze the elbows together. Nice. And again, we're gonna try and keep that neutral spine, so a little bit of core activation, I know, I'm sorry. All right, we're gonna bend the elbows and then press up. Working into those triceps. Adjust the hands if you need to, closer or further away, to allow the squeeze of the shoulder blades and the elbows together. Down and up. If you're feeling particularly spicy today, you can do this with your legs at tabletop, but I am not feeling that spicy. And up. Also, we want to focus on those triceps, so see how you feel. Down and up. Really try and focus on moving from the arms. Try not to move the spine as much as possible, so we don't want to be letting the pelvis sink down. All right. Cool, we're gonna add on a pulse here. So let's come down, pulse, pulse, and up. You might also be feeling this through the tops of the shoulders. Down and up. You really don't need to come far to feel this, do you? Down, I say, as I feel this quite a lot. All right, let's come halfway down and pulse it out. Again, layers are always optional. You can just be in your normal lifts and lowers. Focus on your triceps. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up. Maybe just take a little stretch, a little round, a little wriggle out. Okay. And then swing yourself, either rock yourself over or swing yourself up and over, finding our setup for push-ups. All right, so this time we've just worked our triceps. So if there's any yogis watching, the elbows are not coming back, they're gonna come wide. So there's a slight turn in of your hands, still spreading those fingertips wide here, slight turn of those pointer fingers in. You can be on your knees here. This is gonna be your easiest option, down and up, down and up. Otherwise you can be in a modified plank, hips pressing forward, tailbone tucking underneath. We lower, press back up, okay? Think about pressing on the exhale, lower. If you want to be on your toes, of course, go on your toes. Go for it. Down, up. You are strong. Down, up. Good. Do 5 more. Down, and up. Nice, down. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. All right, good. Grab your ankle weights if you had them, take them off, place them on your wrists. If you don't have ankle weights, just give your wrists a little bit of a roll out while I am adjusting. All right, placing them on our wrists if you have them, or rolling out your wrists if you've got a little bit of a break. Okay, once we are all secured, perfect. Bring yourself on your mat. I'm gonna face you guys. We're gonna bring our arms out nice and wide, so just make sure you've got a bit of space in your room, wherever you are. Okay, knees are about hip distance apart. Okay, core slightly on, glutes slightly on. Arms out to the side, fingertips reach. Good, tall through the spine. All right, nice and slowly, palms facing down to the floor, relax the neck. Woo. Start to draw some circles. Keep them slow and small. Nice. Try and isolate the movement at your arms here. This might feel super easy to start. Isolate the movement of your arms, so concentrate on what you're doing. What we don't want to see is the whole wriggle of the body. Keeping the body nice and still. All right, good. We'll go in this direction for 5 before we change. Okay, just hanging out. You might start to feel the burn. All right, good, change direction. Nice. Breathe. Keep that form, keep the core. In 5, we're gonna change directions again and add a half squat in 3, 2, 1. Change directions, lower the hips, keep it slow, and then lift the hips. Lower and lift, there go the knees, down. And up, good, we're here for 5. We're gonna change direction, keeps the legs. 3, 2, 1, just change direction, keep the legs going. Down and up. Oh my God, down and up. All right, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Oh, give it a little wriggle, a little shake out. Oh, release the tops of the shoulders. Nice. All right, guys, come up to standing. We're going to finish with a few full body moves. Okay, let's get started. Right leg steps back, find a 90-90 lunge. All right, hands are going to be towards your shoulders. You can have weights, you can have ankle weights. Let's get into it, stop chatting, pull the left hip back. We're gonna tap the back knee down and then lift up, drive up. Keep a bend through that front knee. Down and up. Ooh, adjust the footing if you need to. Front knee should be tracking straight over that ankle. Finding that 90-90. Torso stacking upright. So instead of hinging forward. Nice. All right, let's add a double tap. Ooh, down, down, look at something still. Down, down, and up. Good. Down, down, and up. Think about pressing through. That left heel come up. Okay, let's hold the next one down. Pulses. Down and up. Down and up. Oh, if those legs weren't dead before. 5, 4, 3, 2, oh my gosh, 1. Hold, extend, tippy, all the way over that left heel, tricep extension, and then rebend, bend the elbows. Okay, tricep extension, tippy bird, take your time here, rebend, 90-90. Love these. Love-hate relationship with these finisher rounds. Okay, we're here for another 10. Down and hinge. Keep the bend in your front knee the entire time. Resist the urge to straighten. Trust me, I want to straighten mine too. Okay, we're here for 5. We're going to stay forward. It's in 3, 2, and 1. On your next one, hinge forward. Stay. Oh, do I have enough room here? We're going to find a scooter. Right leg steps in. Sweep the arms above. Just going to wriggle this way and out. Nice scooter in. Reach the arms above and back. So all the weight stays in your left leg now. If the arms are distracting, leave the arms out. Reach and sweep it back so arms are straight. Right toes come in and out. Last move for this side, guys. Keep a hinge forward from the hips. Give me 10 more like this. Get a little more in that left leg if you can. Oh my goodness. 5. I do this to myself. 3, 2, and 1. Stand up. Shake. Wriggle. Other side. Other side, and then we have one more move and then we're done. All right. Right foot down. Wriggle those legs. Shake those glutes. All right, left leg steps back. Focus. Okay, tap the back knee and lift. Tap and lift. Your arms can be doing the same thing, reaching overhead and down. Take this first couple to just your footing if you need to. You want to be feet about hip distance apart. Again, front knee tracking over the ankle rather than going past. 90-90 with both legs is the aim. Torso stacking. Let's add that double pulse. Ooh, catch the balance. Every time I look forwards. And up. Ooh. Deep breaths. Nice. Couple more. Concentrate. Nice. On our next one, oh my goodness, stay down. Little pulses. Up and down. Up and down. My fingers are like, get me out of here. 5, 4, 3, cramping, 2, 1. Hold. Hinge your weight forward. Tricep extension. Nice to extend the back leg. And then rebend. Hammer curl. Extend and bend. We're really trying to get the back knee to tap down. So if you can get lower than me, please get lower than me. Tap and extend. Nice. Let's go for 5 more. My back leg is shaking. 3. We're going to hold forwards in 2. Hold your next one forwards. All right, left toe step in, scooter, all the weight comes over that right leg, reach the arms forward, and then extend the leg back behind you, reach the arms back. Okay, arms staying straight, scooter in and out. Lower in that right leg. And out. Oh my goodness. Reach and back. Light through those right toes. Low in that right leg if you can. Light through the left toes. In and out. Give me 10 more here. I'm doing it with you. I can feel that pain. All right. Nice. 5. We come to standing. Wriggle it out. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Wriggle it out. All right. I've got a little finisher for you, and then I'll give you a couple minutes of stretches. Okay guys, come to the top of your mat before we get too comfy. All right, top of your mat, hands down by your side. Feet are hip distance apart. Squat down, hands down by your side. Nice, and then stand up. Don't worry, we'll add on, down. Slight hinge forward from that chest and up. Press through the heels. Nice, down. 2 more like this and up. Down, catch the breath and up. Okay, on the next one, come down. Stay down, come high onto the tippy toes, bend the elbows in, hammer curl. Good. Lower the heels, lower the arms, stand up. Okay, lower. Lift onto the tippy toes, woo, bend the elbows, straighten the arms, lower the heels, stand it up. Let's add on the next one. Down, bend the elbows, lift up onto the tippy toes, hold. Open the knees and work a fly with the arms. So open the knees, fly with the arms, close. Lower the heels, straighten the arms, stand it up. Yeah, down. Tippy toes, bend the elbows. Fly, open the knees. Close the knees, close the arms. Lower the heels, straighten the arms, stand it up. On the next one, we're gonna stay down. Lift up, tippy toes. Open the arms, open the knees. Close the arms, close the knees. Lower the heels, straighten the arms, straight back up, lift the heels, bend the elbows. Just our fly now, and knees open and close. Open and close. 10 seconds, shake it out. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Oh, take off your ankle weights if you had them. Just take a little wriggle through the legs. Okay. Find a downward facing dog. Just step it back for a moment. Wriggle out through the legs. Okay. Nice. Good, guys. We're going to step the right foot outside the right hand. Again, wriggle it there if it doesn't quite land. Nice. Reach the right arm to the sky. Find a bit of a twist. Lean back into that right arm. Nice, and then you can stay here. We'll pick up the back leg. Find a bit of a quad stretch. We did quite a bit for our quads today. Stretch through that quad. Catch the breath. Just let it start to slow down. Three more nice deep breaths here. Last one. Release the back foot. Just heel toe the right foot all the way over to the left. Nice, slide the shin down, slide the back leg back, and coming into your sleeping pigeon, lying the chest all the way down to the floor. If this doesn't work for you, figure 4 on your back can also work. And again, slow deep breaths. Just letting that nervous system calm back down. Notice if you can soften your eyes or your jaw. Let's take 2 more here. Last one. And unraveling the spine, lifting back up, downward facing dog. Take your time, tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee, stretching it back, little wriggle. And then we'll come to the other side, stepping the left foot outside the left hand, dropping the back knee down. Okay, sinking into that left hip as well, but open the left arm up to the sky. Lean back a little bit here, find a bit of a twist, a bit of an opening. And then you can stay here or pick up through the back foot. Find that quad stretch. You can also come down onto your forearm here, the right forearm if you've got the space. But main intention is the quad. We did quite a bit on our tippy toes. Always gets it. Nice, 2 more deep breaths here. Nice, and then release the back leg. And again, wriggling the left toes all the way over to the right. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Until the knee comes down. Slide the right leg back. And walk yourself out. Find your sleeping pigeon. Rest the head on the hands or the floor. And just really allow the hips to sink down here. Stretch out through that glute. Consciously letting your breath be deeper and longer. Maybe you can notice the heart rate has just started to slow back down to a more normal rhythm. Taking 3 more nice deep breaths here. Alrighty, and then coming back up onto the hands. Again, tucking the back toes, lifting the back leg back up to downward facing dog. Just take a little pedal out just to stretch the back of the left leg. Alright, and then we're going to come down, find a child's pose, knees out nice and wide. Just let the spine lengthen here, let the forehead come down. Nice, just taking a few more nice deep breaths here, maybe exhaling out the mouth. And you can stay here as long as you need to, taking any other stretches that your body is craving. But you are done. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.